has been around for thousands of years. From Judas tipping off the Roman soldiers, to slaves telling on their homies planning to run away, to the hip-hop generation's current hot topic. But even though the no-snitch rule may have strong ties to the criminal code of ethics, other factors have made the philosophy even more popular. First, the war on drugs has flooded the street with thousands of informants.
Imagine telling the guy who was a lookout maybe that you're getting 20 years. He gonna tell before you ask him to tell.
Second, Black America has had a long and troubled relationship with law enforcement.
Whenever something happened, it was imperative that Black people kept their mouths shut when talking to authorities.
From countless cases of brutality, to lack of trust in the law, to the cops' very own version of the no-snitching code, the infamous blue wall of silence.
If in fact you've been violated and I allow you to be violated, that is wrong. It's unconstitutional, it's un-American, and it's certainly un-African.
But even with legitimate sentiment behind Stop Snitching Mania, given the right circumstances, wouldn't you want to talk to the police?
If someone robbed their mother, they want someone to tell. There's a culture that says, well, that's not cool. That's not manly.
So maybe the problem is our worship of the masculine ideal, especially as illustrated by the mythical gangster.
Witnessing a crime and actually going to the authorities requires a real amount of courage and requires a real amount of manhood.
The thing about it is none of these guys are really tough guys.
It's a front. It's a veneer that often obscures the fact that a person really is terrified.
And now, we're finally starting to realize that make-believe rules rarely apply to real life.
'Cause nobody loves me.
They can sit here and talk, oh, see, he should have did this, he would have did that. If it was your back against the wall, you would have did the same thing. You gotta understand, that's one thing the hood don't take lightly. You could have got on that stand to help somebody, or you could have got on that stand just to defend yourself and not put nobody in the jam. It's just on the fact that you took the stand, they label you as a snitch.
Are you a snitch?
Not at all.
Did you snitch on Kim?
Not at all. They asked me who was there. I said the same thing everybody else said. I was there, Kim was there, the camera that had the tape of the whole situation. If I knew me getting on that stand and me saying anything would have put anybody in jail, I wouldn't have got up there at all.
So, what's a snitch?
A snitch is somebody who gives up information to get themselves out of something.
Witnessing is when I see something that I was not participating in, but it impacts my quality of life or that of the people whom I love and the community in which I live.
It's all one and the same, you know, for some people. But in all reality, there needs to be a level of balance maintained.
If somebody shoots me in my back for an iPod and I'm paralyzed in a wheelchair, am I supposed to not tell? I'm gonna go roll down the street and shoot this person back so I can be incarcerated in a wheelchair?
From the White House to your man's house down the block, we have become a culture of immediate ends justifying any means.
Scenario, kids in the park playing. Shootout ring out. Kid gets shot by accident. You find out it's your man that did it. Tell me, what would you do?
I'm not gonna let some little kid get shot and then keep my mouth shut.
That's a kid. I don't think that's snitching. I think that's stepping up.
I didn't see anything. It's not my place to snitch.
But what if it was your kid? Or your niece or nephew?
I want someone to speak up.
Though hip-hop claims to have adopted the code of the streets, most real-life gangsters weren't following any code to begin with.
They talking about they use the informants to get the kingpins. That's not true. These informants are the kingpins.
To tell or not to tell, that's the question.
If we wasn't killing each other, tearing down our own communities, we wouldn't have nothing to snitch about.
Finding the right answer.
We dropped the ball. If we think our parents dropped the ball, we dropping it even worse.
Well, that's your responsibility.